Hello, good day to everyone. This is JM and welcome to JM Podcast. Greetings to all our listeners out there wherever you are in the world. Thank you very much for tuning in to our podcast because today our topic is phenomenological reflection about the existential life questions. And today our guest is a legend from Colegio de Santa Monica de Angat. It's none other than Mr. Jeric Cenal. Welcome, Mr. Jeric, to our podcast. Hello, good day to all the listeners out there. Thank you very much, JM, for inviting me to your podcast. It's an honor to be here. Thank you very much too, Mr. Jackson, because you accepted my invitation. So now we can start. Again, our topic is phenomenological reflection about the existential life questions. So what's something that you've always wanted to ask to yourself or others? Then it seems like you had realization because your question seems to have been answered because of your experiences in life. Well, this question is one of my thoughts even when I was quite young. The question is, why do people want to learn but are afraid of trying? I asked this question because personally I experienced it back then. I want to learn but I'm afraid to make mistakes. I don't want to try because I feel that I will fail at my first try. But one time, I reflect on myself and I ask myself if I'm really going to learn even if I do not try. And I think I got the answer to my question after I learned from my mistakes. And I had thoughts back then that I think that are true and right, and some of them changed my first perspective. Okay. Can you share with us what was your first thoughts because you said that something changed in your perspective? Okay, so when I was a kid, I thought that I could learn immediately by just watching, reading, and listening. I also thought that we can still learn even if we have not tried to do what we want to learn, or without trying to do it or applying it. But I noticed that there is something wrong with my belief when I was a kid. Oh, so that was your first perspectives. So, what is the break or what made you realize that something is wrong with your perspective? During the pandemic, when I was in grade 10, I think, we had to cook food for our subject technology, livelihood, and education. But I thought because I have already watched before what I want to cook, I thought that I already know how to do it. But actually, I really did not know how to do it because I have never tried to do it before. And I feel like it's really hard because I have not tried to cook it before. Even though I had already watched it on YouTube before, it seems difficult to me to do it because I thought I had learned, but it seems I have not. Feels like watching it on YouTube was not enough. It feels weird because even though I have already watched it, I do not know how to do it. Feels like I have to repeat the video over and over again just to make sure that I'm going to make it right. So, what are your realizations? Well, I realized so many things because my dad taught me that next time if I want to learn, I should apply it because I could never know if I learn if I never try. I realized that my dad was right, that I should apply what I have learned for me to be able to know if I really learned. And I realized that I should not be afraid of the process because process is definitely part of the success. And I also realized that if we fail at our first try, it is also part of the process because failure will motivate us to do better. I also realized that we will learn from our mistakes. We just need to accept that. We should not think that we know everything because in reality, life has many lessons and life will never get tired to teach us. I realized that in order for us to learn, we must first teach ourselves to apply what we have learned in life so that we can call it wisdom. Because honestly, knowledge is not enough just to say that you have learned, because you will never know it. Otherwise, you have not experienced or tried it yet. It is true that there are changes in our outlook in life as we grow older. We had some thoughts back then that change our thinking and perspective now because of our experiences in life. And these experiences is a blessing in disguise because we will never learn without it. And most of our learnings comes from life experiences. Wow, very well said, Mr. Jeric. It looks like our time is up, but thank you very much, Mr. Jeric, because we learned a lot from what you shared. Thank you again for guesting here. We really appreciate it. Again, this is your servant, JM, and this is JM Podcast. Thank you very much for listening. Have a great day to all.
Go to bed. I'll make a cup of coffee for your head.